Well, this past week in racing game news has unfortunately not been great. The Crew Motorfest had an update which provided to be a very good time to have a thoughtful discussion on game preservation and what the Stop Killing Games petition is all about. Recently, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown had an update which reminded us of its existence, and I think I'll just kind of leave it at that. And lastly, Xbox and Microsoft had a massive round of layoffs, which is now putting its crown jewel racing game, the Xbox exclusive racing game, Forza Motorsport, completely in jeopardy. And if all of that was not enough, now it's been reported that the news site, car culture site, Speedhunters.com, founded in 2008, ever since April, has not made a post. It's had a blacked out profile picture. Its merch store is completely gone and just seems to have been wiped off the face of the earth. So, of course, my name is Matt, and welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining us. Always make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to check out my Fanatec affiliate link down in the description below. Today is a wonderful day to have a very good discussion on what Speedhunters.com was, its impact on car culture, and what's next. Is Need for Speed on the chopping block, or is this kind of a one-off thing for just Speed Hunters? For the uninitiated, Speedhunters.com, like I said, is a car culture-based photography website founded in 2008, and many of you may have been asking, well, why don't they just post their photos on Instagram like everybody else does? Instagram was started in 2008. Wasn't released on Android until a couple of years later, and then really took off after that point. So just back then, the idea of a car culture-based social media website was unique. Yes, there are car forums, but the idea that there was a singular place where you could find information about cars was new and unique and exciting. And again, Speedhunters.com was awesome because on this website, you would have one story about a motorsport event, and then the next story down, it would be a car build going on for SEMA. And then there would be another story underneath that about somebody who is just going to a museum in Japan or talking with Japanese people about certain cars from their culture and you know what it means to them type thing. And wow, that was uncool. And it was interesting that this point was actually the very first point that I myself got interested in motorsport, because one of the stories I would check out on a weekly basis was this team Need for Speed. It was a motorsport team that had gotten a BMW Z4 GT3 and started competing in events for, you know, the Spa 24-hour and the Nürburgring 24-hour in what would be now the Elm GT3 category. But it was this small team that was advertising my favorite racing game, Need for Speed. And it was just so surreal to check in on a week-by-week basis to see how this little team was doing. Again, showcasing my favorite game on a global scale was just absolutely surreal to see. And beside all of that, it was the first time that I really got interested in Japanese culture as a whole. You would see these incredible articles with incredible photographs of these absolutely surreal cars coming out of Japan. And at that point, it really opened my worldview up to what other cultures look like and how they operate on a day-to-day basis. It was just absolutely extraordinary. And to that, I am incredibly sad that Speed Hunters is not with us any longer. It was interesting throughout all of this about reading up on Speed Hunters and all the rest of it. I had no idea that EA had a direct influence on it from the standpoint that they opened it and funded it directly. And it was crazy because it's just, looking back, you can kind of tell now that they had an impact because you had very exclusive stories on things that only Need for Speed were doing, and then like various Need for Speed announcements of new games and that kind of stuff. So if you probably put 2 and 2 together, you could figure out that they had something to do with it, or if not owned the thing, they had a massive influence per se. But yeah, it's just the idea that over the years since Instagram took over and this social media game of playing attention, of who can hold your most attention, it's sad to see what used to be a great meeting place for car enthusiasts kind of fade away, and I hope that's not what the car culture, car industry is moving towards right now, because with all the recent leak news of things being shut down, and it just doesn't look great for racing fans these days. But I do want to point out that racing fans are actually doing better than ever. It's just the car culture, these grassroots places is, I'm probably not involved as much as I should be. I know there are probably good grassroots things still going out there, but Speedhunters was genuinely the place to go. So yeah, it just sucks. it just sucks, man. But yes, this does bring the larger conversation that, like I was saying, what does that mean for other racing-based things going on? Well, a lot of people remember that in 2022, 2023, Need for Speed was being shelved, and Criterion were very open, saying that they are becoming a support team just for the new Battlefield game, which is EA's decision entirely. Doesn't make sense to me, but, you know, I digress. What's making me slightly concerned in all of this is that the figureheads at Battlefield, or the figureheads at EA, have put... ambitious is an understatement. They're stating that they want the next Battlefield to sell over 100 million units. And a lot of you are saying, yeah, that's pretty ambitious. Might I remind you that a video game that has 100 million sales or more is not a game that you have to find within the top 10 of all selling video games of all time. It's in the top 3. 100 million units sold would make Battlefield the third top selling game of all time. Minecraft has 350 million copies sold, and GTA 5 across all of its multi-platform releases has 215 million, and then the current third spot I want to see is like 80 million. So for EA to put that much pressure behind the Battlefield team, I am kind of concerned, because they haven't broke 30 million yet, and I don't think people are that excited for another Battlefield game. So the official terminology is Need for Speed has been shelved. That is correct. It is not currently in development because Criterion is working on Battlefield. People are taking that as Need for Speed is gone because Speedhunters is also gone. Two completely different topics. Speedhunters is its own identity, its own brand. It hasn't been producing money in a very long time, if I'm going to be honest. Need for Speed, on the other hand, just released a game. It did okay. But that team is, because they need all hands on deck to make the next Battlefield, they're pulling everybody over to Battlefield, and that means all other projects that these various EA studios would be working on aren't going to be in development until they release Battlefield. So we are not going to see another Need for Speed game for a while. That's fine. It hurts, but it just means that they're going to refocus on something else for a while. The concern that I have is that EA will have a half-baked release of this next Battlefield game. It'll sell 15 million copies. They'll go, oh my god, we undersold like crazy. We're going to need to cut all the staff that worked on it. Criterion, you're going first. So, I want Battlefield to do well from a selfish point of view because I want Need for Speed to still exist. As you can tell with Microsoft and Activision, they're just holding on to IP just to hold on to IP, and then they won't do anything with them, which is really frustrating. So my hope is that we'll see another Need for Speed, but it won't be until probably 2028 at the earliest at this point. So going back to the original topic at hand, rest in peace, Speedhunters. You are an incredible website, an incredible gateway into worldwide car culture. I'm gonna miss that. I really am. Not to say, though, you can't find incredible photographers on Instagram or TikTok or wherever. But just having that centralized place to have so many cool and unique perspectives, it's going to be greatly missed. Let me know down in the description and down in the comment section what you guys are thinking about all of this. If you guys were fans of Speedhunters way back when, if you knew it only as a car culture brand, I do want to confirm as well, one of the other things that Speedhunters did as well is showcase behind the scenes of Hoonigan and, of course, the Gymkhana stuff, which was awesome to see as well. That was another huge highlight for me. So again, please comment down below what your guys' highlights of Speedhunters was, what your thoughts are about all of this. Again, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to click the Fanatec affiliate link down in the description. I've been Matt. Again, thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great day today. Take care. Bye.